Growing up in a rural environment provided an idyllic upbringing for Beth Tankersley-Bankhead. She was supported by a loving family and caring teachers.
I really enjoyed the Versailles area and Morgan County High School. My parents, Paul and Dorothy Tankersley, they still live where I grew up. I had one brother, and I was always active from early age. And in high school, I was very active in athletics. I played softball, volleyball, and basketball, and then I was in any number of organizations, including the Future Teachers organization.
In third grade, Beth decided her goal was to one day be an elementary school teacher. A first-generation college student, she began saving for her education at an early age.
I can remember our grandfather gave us a hog. We were very young. We took care of it. The hog had babies. So we grew a little herd of hogs. And then we secured enough money to buy a cow. And then we raised a small herd of cattle. I can remember when I needed money for college, then we would sell a cow.
With her eye on a career in education, Tankersley-Bankhead decided to attend the University of Central Missouri.
In high school, our guidance counselors, one of them was a graduate of Central Missouri State University, as were several of our teachers. And so I felt like I could ask about the campus and about their experiences, but I really came here because of the education program.
Arriving in 1979, Tankersley-Bankhead experienced the last gasp of a bygone era when it came to student life on campus at Central Missouri.
I can recall when I came here, all of the men lived on one side of campus and the women lived on the other side of campus. And you had a house mother. When you were going to class, it was a big thing for everyone to walk through the union. So even if you didn't have to walk through it, you walked through because that was like a social ritual to walk through the union.
Tankersley-Bankhead became one of the very first resident assistants at UCM during her junior year. Her senior year, she was promoted to staff assistant.
I supervised 8 undergraduate resident assistants. It helped me to pay for college because you got your housing, you had a food allowance, but it was so much more than that. I got to know everyone on the floor and in the hall. We were planning activities, social events. The goal was just to make sure everyone felt like it was their home and we knew one another.
As she neared graduation, Tankersley-Bankhead realized her career goals had shifted.
What I'm trying to be is someone who wakes up every morning and says, I know that what I did made a difference. I hope that's what I've done, that's what I've strived to do, and I just want to know that things are better because of my contribution.
Her residential life experience led to Tankersley-Bankhead's first career positions. She worked at Eastern Illinois, where she earned a master's in college personnel, and then at the University of Nebraska-Kearney. Next, she accepted a position as Director of Field Services for Kappa Delta Pi Honors Fraternity. She visited more than 400 college campuses around the U.S. and the U.K. In 1997, she returned to UCM to become the first director of the Office of Community Engagement.
The philosophy was that we want to create an inclusive environment where everyone feels a part of it, and we can celebrate diversity and we can learn viewpoints and perspectives different than our own and broaden our world. We knew that that would mean faculty and staff and students and the local Warrensburg community all needed to be part of that initiative. Another is the Martin Luther King Jr. Freedom Scholarship Dinner. And we grew that to about 20 scholarships. It was 2 or 3 when I first came. And then we expanded it to Kansas City as well. We also started the Cesar Chavez Scholarship, and I worked heavily with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And then Joe Arce from KC Hispanic News became one of my great colleagues and friends.
UCM's Laurel Hogue, then a student at the university, witnessed Tankersley-Bankhead's efforts to create a more inclusive campus environment.
Beth had a huge impact. She leads with her heart. During her tenure, I think a lot of us were able to see from others' perspectives, especially when you think about the exhibit Beyond Words, when you're able to step into some other students' shoes and see from their perspective what their feelings and attitudes were during or towards current events during that time. So it was a lasting impression she left on me.
Tankersley-Bankhead, her husband Tom, and their family moved to Columbia in 2004. She completed a doctoral degree at the University of Missouri. While there, she advised student lobbyists who worked on issues such as the affordability of a college education. Then, in 2015, she was hired by the Kauffman Foundation in Kansas City as the inaugural Director of Post-Secondary Initiatives. Creating the KC Scholars Program would become her crowning career achievement. The program provides life-changing college scholarships to students from low to modest income families who face significant financial barriers to attending college.
She convened over 100 community members from all over Kansas City, and after a year and a half worth of work, emerged a scholarship program that we now know as KC Scholars. Beth has now retired as the CEO of KC Scholars. Her legacy is strong. She's got over 5,000 scholars enrolled in 17 different network colleges and universities within the Kansas City region. And UCM is fortunate to be one of the 17 and over 100 scholars enrolled at UCM right here.
Beth Tankersley-Bankhead achieved her goal of making a difference for others. Now she's enjoying some well-deserved family time where she continues to make her mark in the world, this time as a grandmother.
My husband Tom and I, we've got 7 grandchildren. We've got 2 daughters, their husbands. My parents are both still living, and that's our goal right now, to spend the time with the family.
Beth, you are an amazing human. You are a transformative leader, an educator. You make UCM proud. I am so glad that you have been chosen to receive this award.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 2022 UCM Distinguished Alumni Award winner, Beth Tankersley-Bankhead.